You're listening to the Bloomberg Advantage with Carol Massar and Corey Johnson on Bloomberg Radio.
I never get what I really want. I always get a lot of stupid toys or a bicycle or clothes or something like that. What is it you want? Real estate.
Real estate. All right, everybody. Our guest at this hour, Senada Adzem. She is Director of Luxury Sales at Douglas Elliman, and we're talking about the Florida real estate market. What is the health of the Florida real estate market? I think last time you talked to us, we're seeing some cooling.
There is some cooling, but it's a healthy correction.
It's a correction, though.
That is correct. After 2011, we saw double-digit growth. Actually, it was 27% both in 2012 and 13.
Is that dollar amount or number of sales?
That's actually the rise in the actual market. So what we had seen is now the value is going down slightly. In 2014, it was the growth in 14% range.
That's amazing. That's hard to keep track of.
It is.
I mean, so I live in San Francisco, and I see this same kind of thing where these values are just going through the roof, and it's not just the new stuff, it's just everything.
That is correct. And the past year, what we've seen is the inventory going up. So actually it went up by 19%. The pricing has gone up by 13% as well.
In spite of that increase in inventory?
That is correct.
How do you explain that?
Have people been waiting? I look around at what's happening in my town where I see all these buildings going up and think, once all those buildings all hit the market at the same time, surely a little steam will come off the market. But no.
That is the big concern in general when it comes to Miami condo market. When you have too much inventory and the pricing continuously goes up, then eventually you're going to have a more relevant correction than what we're seeing now.
You know, we talked about a story. It's one of the, I think it's one of the most read stories on Bloomberg, and it talks about the Miami hot condo market chilling because of the strong dollar, and it's scaring some foreign buyers away. You mentioned this, I think, the last time we talked. We're seeing still more of that.
Yes, we're seeing, and I would say that the rise in the value of the dollar has been the single most important factor impacting Miami real estate.
And it happens right away.
It does. Immediate impact because people from Venezuela, Brazil, and Argentina don't have as much purchasing power, so they can't buy 20 condos for investment purposes. They can only buy 2 or 3.
And it also seems to be happening, you were mentioning earlier to us, that it's happening on the buyer side as well, or the U.S. buyer side.
Exactly. So the developers have tried to correct what's going on with the decrease in number of buyers coming from Latin America.
Pardon me, I've got a deep cough.
I'm not quite sure what's going on, but some explosions here, it sounds like.
No, it's just people moving some big stuff around, that's all.
Okay.
Yes. So developers have gone mostly to Americans to buy these new condos in Miami. But also with the strong dollar, Americans are going to buy in Europe because they're seeing values that are far greater than the values they'll...
And the Miami market's that active that you can see these slight changes in just a few months of people making these enormous big decisions.
Absolutely. You see it on an everyday basis because you go visit sales offices, you talk to agents. I actually personally sell every day, so I talk to clients. They share with me how they feel and what they're doing.
So, Nana, what's your typical sale right now?
Right now, I'm averaging $6.7 million for a condo.
Averaging 6.7.
As a studio?
No, you can get 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms for that.
Are there multiple offers? Is there lots of demand? I mean, what's the demand?
Right now, the demand is still very, very good. It really depends.
Is it just that group of buyers? I mean, they've got the money, they can do it.
I deal mostly in the super luxury market segment, so that's what I'm seeing. When they have the money, it's not even about the money. This is their second or third home, really. And if they want it, they'll make it happen.
And but how are they doing that, though? I mean, is it so competitive that they've got to be pre-approved or cash offers or whatever, or is it the opposite where because the interest rate environment is so low right now that finance deals make more sense for them because they're smart about their money?
Most of these people don't even finance. They're cash buyers. So they can come with a letter from their bank saying that they're qualified. They've got the cash in the bank to acquire property of X million dollars. So that's what they come with. And a lot of times we have had bidding wars in the past quarter because the best...
In the past quarter?
Yes.
Okay.
The best prime properties are now so much in demand that there will be multiple people bidding for them. the inventory in the ultra luxury markets and sector has gone down. So you have people who are willing to pay significant premium for something that has perfect views and big terraces, something that's just top notch.
Does it matter what goes on in the rest of the real estate market in terms of how it impacts the luxury and the high end? Is there any correlation? Is there anything that you have to kind of keep an eye on, or not really?
That's a phenomenal question in that there's always correlation, but lately I've seen a huge dichotomy and discrepancy between the two market segments.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, in terms of sort of what the buyers do, so you talk about buyers coming from Brazil and so on as for investment properties. How long are they willing to sit on those properties to sell them and get their money back, or are they renting them out? Are you seeing any impact like that?
Most of the time, they rent those properties out because they want to get an income stream coming from them. What we've seen with Russians, however, the moment their economy and ruble had gone down in value, they put all of their properties on the market. So that inventory has been absorbed by now. Brazilians buy.
They just sold.
Because
source of funds because they didn't have it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yes, and they usually they tend to buy trophy properties, and trophy properties have now gone and are being bought up by mostly Americans.
Where are the Americans buying over in Europe?
France, Spain, and Italy.
France, Spain, and Italy.
In that particular order.
Greece?
I'm hearing a lot of live broadcasts in our future. We need to follow this story to its very roots.
What do you think I love the real estate market, and I love the market that you play into. Florida's always kind of a fascinating state to just track because you see those booms and busts.
Yes.
Are we seeing another kind of boom and bust cycle?
We're seeing a correction in that cycle. I don't see any bust coming anytime soon, only because the market has been very good to absorb the inventory that we have, and with the new inventory coming on the market, it is being absorbed, and they're trying to build mostly on the water. Right. And what we've learned during the recession, if you have great views and you're in the water, right? You're fine. And location number one.
And it doesn't sound like a lot of leverage, because you said there's so much cash playing here.
Now you need 50% down of the value of the property to put up front, which means that the buyers are financing this current boom. When the going gets a little tough when it comes to the dollar and the Latin Americans are not buying as much, the developers drop that to 35%. So we're starting to see that.
We got to run. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for driving our way, too, to come join us. We love her. Senada Adzem. She's Director of Luxury Sales at Douglas
Elliman. We should go buy a
Elliman.
place in Florida just for research purposes, don't you think?
The Kennedy White House, Winter White House.